Alright guys, back with another video. I got the Rockford Fosgate audio system, and basically what we're going to do is run you through a step-by-step instructional video on how to do it yourself. This isn't going to be a long video. We're going to just cut through all the things. I'll tell you how long it took us minus the recording time. But yeah, I'm in the process of putting a whole bunch of other stuff on. Greg's over here. He's helping me out today. But the first step that you're supposed to do is take the seat off, which we've done, and then take these two side covers off. Yeah. So here's the left side cover. You're going to want to remove that main fuse out of there. And then on this side, you got to remove this side cover to get to the battery. And you're going to be removing the case of the battery. This is your battery cover right here. They want to remove this. To do so, you're going to have to take your oil dipstick out and cover it with a piece of tape or something. I have painter's tape. I might just use that. But then, get some of the wiring out of the way, and then you're going to remove that out so you can get access to the positive battery terminal underneath the seat. Right here, where that warning label is, I believe is where the positive battery cable is. You're going to have to remove it, so that's why they want you to take the main fuse out. Alright, so now we're going to remove the main fuse. The main fuse is in here, and I believe it slides out like that. And then two little connectors right here. Remove that. This is your main fuse. Pull the main fuse. I'm just going to lay it down in here. So I put tape around where the oil dipstick goes. I'm going to move these out of my way. I have to unplug this, which shouldn't be too hard. I'm having trouble getting this thing out. All they want it out for is because it covers the positive battery terminal on the bike. You can see right there. So I'm not going to take it all the way out. I am able to get to the positive battery terminal now, so I'm just going to keep it as far out as I can get it, because there's no point of taking the whole thing out. Alright, so I'm just going to remove the positive battery terminal now. So the next step is to take off the windscreen. I already took the original one off and put the 10-inch on it. It's a torque spit. I can't remember what size. So it is a T27 torque spit. Alright, so now they want you to take the 3 bolts on the left and right of the inner fairing off, because you're going to be removing the outer fairing. Same T27. So right now we're taking the outer fairing out. Greg's holding the outer fairing, and I got 1 bolt left to take out. And the outer fairing is going to come off. Now the headlight is actually attached to the outer fairing, so you're going to have to disconnect your headlight. Just 1 second. Alright, so you see he's pulling back. Stop right there. Your headlight is attached right there, so I'm going to try to get this off. Alright, so now you want to lift this up, and you're going to remove these clip bolts. I bought a little pick set. There's a little notch here, and you lift up on it, and you should be able to slide it off. Yeah, it should slide off. Oops. So there's one. Now, I guess you're not reusing these And I believe you're just taking these two off. So if you have a pick set or something to use, I would suggest using that because it makes it a lot easier. There you go. And then we'll move on to the next part. Alright, next you want to take this plastic inside fairing out because that's where your radio is going to go. And it's just these little like spring locks or whatever they're called. You just get a firm grip on it and pull it out. You come over here, you'll see what these look like. People who have done the body work and stuff before should know what these are. But you should check to make sure that they're still in good shape. If they were damaged, the Rockford Fosgate system does come with extra ones, so you can replace them as needed. Here's your Rockford Fosgate system that we're going to be putting back on the... some people have questioned if the amp is included, and that's your 250 watt amp. So it is all included. So now, orientate this the right way, and we're literally just going to put this right where that piece of plastic was. And move this out of the way for right now, because I believe everything's going to stay on the outside. So line that up. Oops. Alright, just like removing the dummy plastic, those spring locks lock in, so you just give it a nice firm push, and you can see under here, this is where they go. You want to make sure that they're actually locked in, and they look like they're locked in. You can't see the ones over here, there's 4 of them because of this. Basically this is kind of like a base tube, but I just gave it a nice firm tug just to make sure it's in there, and we'll move on to the next step. So this is one part of what's provided. There's 2 bolts that you have to mount this securely into, and they're right down here, one here and one here, and it looks like it's another T27. I'll verify that in a second. You can pause it. So I'm just going to put a little bit of Loctite on both of these, just for the heck of it. And again, these go right in here. So yeah, it's a T27, I believe. Yeah, T27. 2 bolts, and they go right in here, and you have a small enough wrench, it actually fits under here. So just make sure it's nice and snug, and we'll move on to the next step. Alright, this is the jumper harness that came with the system. We're going to attach this part to the amplifier. There's these little tabs right here, and it fits in just like that, nice and snug. We'll move on to the next step. After a lot of work, I finally got that stupid piece of plastic out using a needle, a needle and a safety pin. It's a pain in the ass, but I finally got it. You put your red yellow into contact pin 11. And finally, that was the longest one. The longest thing to do. I think as of right now, it took maybe a half hour or 45 minutes to get the actual audio system, everything off and the audio system on, and it's taken me 2 hours to screw around with that thing because I don't have the tool necessary to do it. So I've been using, like I said, a safety pin and a needle, and I finally got it out. So we'll move on to the next one. So before you move on to the under the seat stuff, I replaced, connected that up, back up. You got to connect this headlight jumper to there, and then this will be connecting to the headlight. Alright, well, another pain in the ass. As you can see, I basically destroyed this thing trying to get it out. But it sits underneath this. You got a thumb release right there. You release that and you push down on the black tab right there and pull it out, but it's impossible. So these ones, you can see that white piece of plastic right there. So same thing, I have to go through that empty hole and wiggle my way in there to try to get that pin out. So if I ever get that done, I'll get back to you and we'll move on to the next step. Alright, now you're going to take this and put it in the one I just abused, the hole. That hole right there. Right there. Push that piece out. This piece, I just use a pair of pliers, needle nose, and stuck it in that hole and pulled. It'll come out and it'll stop, and that's how you get all that stuff out. So yeah, this is going to get connected to the positive battery terminal, obviously. So your audio system came with a 20 amp fuse. You're just going to place it in your spot right there, and then cover the cap, cover it with the cap. Alright, so now I reattached the negative battery cable. I put this plate on. I'm going to put my dipstick back in. I'm also going to put the fuse back in. Right there. Put this cap back on. How did this go? Slides in just like that. And now I can turn the system on and link it to my Rockford Fosgate app on my phone and verify everything works. And I'll get back to you when I do that. Well, finally done. Everything's back on except for the seat and the bags. But there it is. I'm recording on my phone, so I can't really give you an audio bit, but it works. It's loud enough. I'm not saying it's blowing someone's eardrums out, but I'm sure when you're sitting on it riding down the road, I'm sure you could probably still hear it with a full face. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it at 80 miles an hour with a full face, but we'll see. But that's it. The install video took me a lot longer because I didn't have the right tools, but I got it working. It's raining outside right now, so I'm not going to take it out, but if it clears up in a little bit, I might take it out real quick just to see what it sounds like. Other than that, that's it. Like, comment, subscribe, see what else you guys want to see on the channel. But yeah, that's it. Take it easy, guys.